G'day guys, Dadovitchnic here, and once again I'm joined by Sketcher.
Hello.
And yeah, I've been busy and he's been busy since he got here, so I'll run you through a bit of what we've been up to. I've shown you the sorting room. You can see here it's happily sorting away. I haven't got any quarries running at the moment. I've made a bit of a change to the sorting system just to try and neaten it up a bit. I've got two sorting machines here, so once I do get some serious quarries running, this thing will be able to keep up with it. Yeah, I broke it and had an explosion of items, but I've cleaned all that up. Yeah. Okay, charging station here for my stuff, and I need to do that. I'll run you downstairs. Pumpkin farm. I wonder what I could have been using that for. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, and down here, this glutinous conglomeration of stuff here all has a purpose. And I can't remember exactly if I've shown you any of this before, but I'll put it in. Any ores that come in basically go into that chest and get run through this induction smelter here, and that gives me rich slag. Now I've also at the moment got a recycler and an induction furnace, induction furnace cooking stone and making it into stone bricks. And I'm probably going to turn that off because I've got like 700 stacks of stone bricks now, which is probably enough.
Probably.
Yeah, anyway, this thing here just basically macerates the sand, cobble into sand, and supplies this induction smelter here with sand, and all the ores get cooked in here. Rich slag goes across. Oh, stuck in the pipes. Slag goes across to here, and these two smelters here, one will have tin and one will have copper. And of course they just feed into the ender chest here, which is matched to the sorting system. I've got a redstone energy cell here charging up. I was doing a bit with a liquid transposer and a magma crucible. Made a couple of tesseracts and some other things. And pulverizer there was just some stuff I've been doing a bit around the base with. Now all this stuff here, all this extra stuff here will be moved basically as soon as I get the power up and running in the new wing. Okay, now what we're looking at here is a biomass production facility. Okay, now I've been a bit busy. I'll take you right down the bottom and we'll start off so I'll explain this once we get up to this point here. Here's my jetpack. I'm not going to die when I jump off here. Okay, we go down the base, down to the bottom here. There's a couple of pipes running all the way up. Okay, now right down the bottom we have a peat bog. One of Sengir's new farms. This is not the biggest one you can build. I believe, however, it is the most economical. This is a 3 by 5 by 4. I suppose they're all 4 high, but this one's a 3 by 5. If you change this into a 4 by 4 or a 4 by 5, it basically uses up a heap more blocks without actually giving you that much more growing area. So this one seems to be keeping up quite well. If I was to build the largest one, the 5 by 5, this uses 60 blocks here, exactly. If I was to change this into a 4 by 5, it would use 64 blocks and actually give me less growing area. I'm not quite sure how that works, but that seems to be the calculations. Now the 5 by 5 uses 100 blocks, and so an extra 40 blocks on top of this, and gives me a whopping 30 blocks extra of production. So I mean, that's ridiculous. I could build another one of these above it, and only use 20 more blocks than that, and I would double the growing area of this. So really, I think this is probably your optimal size. I would go 3 by 3 or 3 by 5, and I don't think I'd bother with anything else. The inside, as you can see, it's got a circuit card in here which is growing peat bogs, bog earth, fertiliser. I don't have an automated facility for the fertiliser yet. I've got a crafting a project table upstairs, and I just make all the fertiliser in that and just bring it down here. It uses it so rarely that it's not really a impost to do that. Okay, bog earth. Where does the bog earth come from? Okay, we've got well, first of all, we've got water, comes straight from an aqueous accumulator down there, and the bog earth is created over here. We have a auto crafting table, as you can see, producing the bog earth. We have plenty of soil, and this is producing more and more soil, so I'm going to start coming down and getting some of it. Sand. We have here a igneous extruder and a pulverizer, which is giving me all the sand that I could ever want. Any gravel that's produced doing this is simply sent out this void pipe and got rid of. I really have no need for gravel. I've got a quite large barrel full of it. Rightio, so in here we have a liquid transposer which basically just fills buckets and just rotates around. So we've got a relay in here, filter, pulls empty buckets out of the chest, pumps them into the relay, puts them into here, fills it, whacks it in the chest. So I've always got plenty of buckets. This is run by a peat engine. So is the actual machine. The output of this is soil, which goes through this filter, and peat, which goes through this filter, as you can see here. Now that runs through both the peat engines first, so if they require it, it will go in here. As you can see, we've got a bit of ash build up. I haven't not yet automated the ash collection from down here, but I will do that in the future, because that does, you do actually get a reasonable amount of it. Okay, so that's the automation of that. As you can see, the filter is simply run by a timer here, and I've just got a redstone engine powering the liquid transposer because it really doesn't run that often. Here we have a gate down here, soil less than 32. So as soon as there's less than 32 of the bog earth in this system, it turns on. And this thing, we've got another gate here, which, oops, yeah, the gate here, which as soon as it receives a red pipe signal, produces a redstone signal, which turns on the engine here, and basically sucks out a heap of the bog earth out of the crafting bench. Now, because I've got stone pipes here, by the time this thing's back over 32, it's probably produced about 10, probably close to a stack of bog earth, which refills it nicely. So it doesn't run that often. Okay, up higher, next level. One of the things I've got to say, sorry, before I go up, about these farms. They use an absolute buttload of resources. Every single one of these blocks uses a tin electron tube, and 2 copper ingots. So this one farm here, you're looking at about 2 stacks of tin and around 2 stacks of copper.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just to build that.
Yeah.
So I had intended to put breed farms all the way up here, but this thing depleted my resources to the point where I didn't have any choice. I couldn't do it. So what I've built here is a vanilla reed farm. Got one couple still stuck open there. I've been trying to fix that for yonks now. Yep. Okay, so this is hooked up to a daylight sensor, which is right up on top of the building. And down here we've got a vanilla pulse extender. I did try making a state cell, but as soon as I right-clicked on it, it kept crashing me. So basically what this does is extend the pulse. And it should extend it to the point where I don't get these blasted things sticking out, but
Yeah.
keeps on happening.
Do you know why it's happening, or it's just
It's something to do with a bug. It's just a bug. Usually it's whenever there's a short pulse, these things will get stuck on, which is why I've got the pulse extender there.
Okay, but
so what I'll be doing is yeah, I'll make some more repeaters and extend this out, and hopefully that'll fix it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Anyway, this simply goes down into an obsidian tube which sucks it up and sends it up. And above us here we have a massive cactus farm, which is the next thing, also going down into an obsidian tube. And I'll take you up to that one now. Actually, we'll go up here, up the scaffold. Save on the jetpack. Eat a potato on the way. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, I've still got to get into the config file and change my button to allow me to turn my hover on and off. Okay, and here we are. Pardon me. As you can see, this is just a simple vanilla cactus farm. If you're not aware of it, with cactuses, they can't have anything growing next to them. So this pumpkin with the signs on it, or these pumpkins with the signs on it, will knock them off as soon as they grow. Now they'll then fall down to the bottom and just get collected by a water channel and pumped into the obsidian pipe from there. The only hassle with these is if the cactus blocks hit another cactus block on the way down, they will disappear.
Yeah. But that happens in almost any vanilla cactus farm.
2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5 levels there now. I've got resources for another 2, and I can easily get resources for more. So this will, I'll be putting some more levels in here once I have the requirement for it. Okay. Biomass. Yep, that's being produced by these fermenters here. No recipe, just means that basically these things are more than keeping up with the amount of cactus and sugar cane that's coming out of this system. When I first started they were completely chockers, and now they're easily keeping up. Here I've got a bank of peat engines running them. Before they were running a lot slower. It took me ages, probably most of a night, to get these things running properly. For some reason, before I was trying to get these set up, the pipes kept pumping the peat into the output slot. Now eventually put them in this configuration here, which stopped that. And the one around the outside grabs the ash out, and that's just a retriever up here set to pull ash out. So I'll be able to use this. I'll just run this pipe right down the bottom eventually and pick up the ash out of those 2 peat engines down the bottom as well.
Okay.
And that will be a fully automated system. Now this is feeding into a liquid tesseract. I used the liquid tesseracts to get the creosote from out of the old house. There's now nothing in that old house. And I'll show you where everything is going over here. Righto, creosote tank. That liquid tesseract is over there because I wasn't sure how much I would need, and I actually built a 5x5 here, and there was about this much creosote in the entire thing. So yeah, I saved myself 55 blocks and turned it into a 3x3, which is more than enough. So I'll have the coke oven and blast furnace in here as well, and the coke oven will simply feed into this. I'm going to need the blast furnace because I'm going to need steel later on. Okay, next. Out here is the factorisation setup. This is what I'm going to use to smelt my tin and copper ores, because they are one of the most widely used and most rare things you get. They're not actually rare, but considering how much you use of them,
they're rare enough.
They're rare enough, yeah. If anyone's listening, get rid of aluminium, make it rare as anything, and give me tin and copper, because I'd much rather them. Aluminium is about as useful as a wooden fry pan. Okay, this is basically a double up on what I had before. I've got two grinders set up, one over there, one here. Eventually copper will feed into one of these and tin into the other. And after that, I'll basically, once I'm through my backlog of tin and copper, I'll basically just feed the same amounts into both. I have not, this is not finished yet, it's only built up to this point. Okay, from the grinders, it then feeds through these diamond pipes into the mixers. Each mixer has 3 buckets. The reason I've got 2 mixers per grinder is because you can get a lot of extra materials when you do the grinding, which can basically turn half a stack into a full stack. So if I put a full stack in there, it's got to have somewhere to go, because otherwise there'll be stuff spitting out everywhere. Now I have got a return pipe system on this, so hopefully it should work. You see I've got the iron pipe here, which is set to go in this direction, and it should just feed around and around and around until there's somewhere to go for it in the mixer. Now that's what I'm hoping. In the mixers we have these liquid transposers, which are designed to refill the buckets. As you can see here, more diamond pipe, empty bucket goes down the black, down here underneath, and into the input slot from the liquid transposer. So I've got 4, 1 liquid transposer per mixer, and I've got 4 mixers. Rightio. And of course all the liquid transposers are fed by this aqueous accumulator down here, and they're all powered by a biogas engine, which is over there, and it currently has plenty of fuel. Now I will be shifting this eventually. I just wanted to run it up and get it all going. This biogas engine, I have a few more of those. This whole area here will be powered by them mostly, and they will be down in the centre here somewhere under the main floor, and I'll run one of those redstone conduits up here to power the rest of it. Thunder and lightning, great. Audio from here, the gallon of chunks, which is what you get out of the mixer, will come out here. Sludge will go to the left and the right respectively. At the moment I've just got the barrel here for that, and the gallon of chunks will go forward into slag furnaces, and from the slag furnace into the crystallizers. Here we go. So I've got a couple of slag furnaces. They really do pretty much keep up, so I'll just have a hopper with the slag furnaces underneath and feed both these into the slag furnace. So there'll only be 1 slag furnace per, and then there'll be, how many? I think 6 crystallizers per system. So yeah, I'm not going to be running out of space here. Now it will take a little bit of manual effort, because when you feed into the top of the crystallizers, big lightning bolts going over there. You're not in that, are you, Sketcher?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, it only feeds into the topmost slot, and there's 5 slots in the crystallizer, so basically you've got to get out there and fix it up yourself.
Which is a bit of a pain. But...
a little bit of a pain, but I can live with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other reason I want to shift this is because the other thing I'm going to have out here is most likely a rubber farm, which will be out in this area on top of me right here, and that'll feed through there. So this system here will go Well, this liquid tesseract here will go over there with the peat engine. Not peat engine, that thing. Biofuel engine, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So anyway, now the machine shop here, unlike a lot of people, I'm not going to hide any of the tubes. The machines will all be off the ground, so you'll be able to see all the tubes going, all the power systems and tubes going into the machines right around. Wow, that is really, really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Rightio. Yeah, now I'll also have down in here a steam turbine, or a steam system with a turbine and some steam engines producing other sorts of power later on.
Which you're going to need a lot of steel for.
Yeah, which is why I need those blast furnaces.
Yeah.
Righto. As you can see over there, Sketches started work on the other wing. This wing here, which is going to be the bee wing, bee products and forestry stuff. Currently we've got this patch of dirt here. Sketches made a tunnel, a tower coming up here. There's my jetpack going. Yeah, not bad. We'll just drop down. And as you can see, I didn't know grass could do this. I knew it would go up staircases, but I didn't realise you could do this. So yeah, we live and learn. The grass is slowly going to work its way up here, because I want that floor to have grass on it. And once we get further out, once I've got the full floor out here, it will have grass on it as well. So that is the plan. Now up here we're going to have a entrance to the twilight area. The twilight portal will be here in this room here, and I'll have grass out on top of the floor blocks with the apiaries on them.
Yeah. And
alberries eventually. And the other wing across over the other side there will most likely be such as Thorncraft, potion room. I'll probably move the enchanting table over there. Pardon me. And may even have a mob spawner system in there as well. Okay, well that's where we're at the moment. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you later and we'll get busy doing some more stuff. Cheers.
Bye.